Hello everyone! It is time once again for another art stream. Time for more drawing. I don't know how much I'm going to be talking a bunch this stream because my throat has been weird lately. It's been feeling really dry. Been drinking a lot of water and I've had a bit of a cough. At least since yesterday. I don't feel sick, which is kind of part of the weirdness of it. Oh, good grief, I immediately do the move too fast thing. Whatever. I don't feel sick, but just my throat's been bothering me, so that might mean slightly less talking. Although that may not stop me anyway, because I like to babble to you all while I'm drawing. Hello, thank you for coming. Today, we are working a little more on ending scenes. Specifically doing some character cleanup. Although what I should be working on is Anthrofractal, but I'll do that after this. And after lunch and all that. Anyways, hope your weekend's going okay so far. Hope your throat doesn't feel like mine. You know what, if you don't know what to draw, just kind of doodle. Just kind of let your hand do whatever it feels like. That's how I used to do some of my waking up drawings. Was kind of I don't know what to do specifically. Okay, we're just gonna move the pen around and find out what happens. You can get some pretty interesting stuff that way, and it's also just kind of good exercise, good practice. You don't have to do anything specific. It can just be squiggles or circles or weird lines. So it's like a good loosey-goosey sort of thing. Just like the itch of moving the pen across the page. Also can help you get a little faster at things, because then it's I don't know, when you don't have this expectation of it needs to look like this, you can just kind of let your pen wander, and you can make some pretty cool things that way. It's good for the imagination. I have not played any of the Tales games, and I don't know if I ever will. I'm sure they're good, but or the Tales of games. Kind of overwhelming in terms of a franchise. There we have no whale. So I'm glad you had fun. Wasn't there a remake of Tales of the Abyss? That's one of the ones I hear about the most, so it feels like that would be a given. Huh, weird. Maybe I'm thinking of another one. Yeah, that's one of those ones I hear people talk about all the time. I realized that the antlers are kind of weirdly placed here. Oh well, we'll deal with it. Kind of loosely follow. Hello, thank you for coming to the stream. Appreciate you being here. Again, sorry if I'm a little quiet. My throat is feeling kind of bleh today. Not sure why. On Twitch, indeed. That is where we are. For the moment. Oh well. I complain about your antlers every time. Thank you. Again, I don't feel sick. I don't feel I'm sick. It's just kind of my throat is dry and I've been coughing. And otherwise, I'm okay. But, I don't know. It could be a weather thing, temperature thing. Could be a humidity thing. I don't rightly know. Okay. The beasts are escaping! Yeah, this is slightly spoilers, that's ending stuff, but I will trust y'all not to spoil it. Even though I don't think it's that spoilery so far. We're still just on part 2. I have, let's see, I have done like layouts up to part 4. No, she's always been pretty big. She is one of the, like, Susie's probably the largest beast, but Noelle's probably second largest, or maybe tied with Birdly for second largest, but Birdly's also pretty big. But she's quite large. Probably the smallest one is MK. And then Caddy and Jockington are also on the smaller side. Nope, she is this large. Need to make more use of that size chart I drew a bajillion years ago. For this exact purpose. So that I know how big they are next to each other. Well, if the typing's right, you can have a little guy take down a big guy. For sure, especially in Pokemon. And I went to do one of the events yesterday in Pokemon Go, and didn't get any shinies, but I don't know if it was super well structured in terms of events. It was kind of doubled up with another one. So I think the two, like, oh, get this research task. I think those were competing with each other. Because I could normally go down a route and have, like, you know, probably 40 or 50 research tasks I could potentially grab on the way. And, I just forgot, did I put any... Okay, no. I was making sure that I didn't put any, icicles on her antlers. Couldn't remember. Keep it simple. Well, she might break her antlers in an upcoming part. They are made of ice. But yeah, I went out looking for shinies. It's one of those research things where it's like, fill research things and you'll get the Pokemons and they might give you a shiny. And the problem is there's another event going on with its own research tasks and they were competing for each other, and so I got maybe half the research tasks I was looking for and did not get any shinies as a result. Ooh, Umbreon. Let's see. Also gotta remember my special lines when I use them, but I don't think I need it. I always forget Caddy's like halo of planets over their head. Every time. I can't forget that this time. So it's like an accessory for me, so I mean, it's just out of sight, out of brain. You're supposed to have these things. Umbreon. I'm not sure what my favorite evolution is. They're all so good. Leafeon. Leafeon doesn't get enough love. Leafeon is very cute. I might have to go with Vaporeon myself, but I'm not positive. else. Man, the scale difference makes it really hard sometimes to draw with this particular brush. But I will persist anyway. Because it's fun. Anybody know who this is? Probably hard to tell from this small of a small of a deal. Too small. Backed up against the wall. Although I do also, I mean, it's hard not to love Flareon in terms of evolutions. And Umbreon, certainly. Ooh, Glaceon. Ooh, they have spotted some snacks. She's ready for munchies. Yeah, Monster Hunter designs always look really cool, but they also look really hard to draw. They look pretty complicated. But that's what makes them cool. I don't know enough about Monster Hunter to try and draw them myself, but I've seen some people do cool Monster Hunter fan art. It always looks pretty neat. Get out of here. Nice. I know a new one just came out recently. Was it Wilds? Is that what came out? Or is it something else? Okay, it was Wilds. Good. I got it right. I can pay slightly attention. Ah, I see. I guess soon we'll be getting news of Switch 2 Electric Boogaloo. As long as stuff's backwards compatible. I'm not surprised they're sticking with the Switch stuff, because it was pretty successful. Okay. Oh, jeez. What are you doing? Get over here. All the beasts are like, woohoo! People foods. I do hope Toby says something about when the trailer will be soon and the release date. I need to be able to plan. Oh, he ain't killing someone in this particular part. Next part, though. They just got here. They're like, wow, look at all these humans we can launch. Same day as Silk Song. Good grief, the internet would explode. In a good way, finally. And slow people's everywhere. But yes, Birdley is scoping out the snacks. No. I'm sorry, Silk Song fans. It's gotta happen at some point. I'm sure they've taken the opposite of a lot of roots and just be like, we are not gonna talk about, our development, which can be good or bad. Also, hello, thank you for coming to the stream. Again, sorry if I'm a little quiet or if my voice sounds bad, because it's been, it's felt a little bad lately. Oh. I'm drinking a lot of water. And again, I don't know why, because I'm not feeling sick. Just the throat. Oh yeah, we got Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime 4. Alright, if it looks like his wing cuts off, it's because there's a text box there that I have hidden, so you don't know what he says. Alright. Thank you for lurking. I certainly put on streams while I'm doing other stuff too. It's nice to just listen to somebody talk and do stuff while you're doing stuff. Like yesterday I had on, while I was working, I had on some old Nick Nocturne streams. I was going through like some really older backlog ones, and I was watching the one of Maple Underground. And that was the scariest puppet I've ever seen. Why was that puppet so scary? Go check out Maple Underground if you want to see some really scary puppets. People are so creative, though. Exactly, it like motivates you. You're like, this person is making a thing, now I want to make a thing. Let's make some things together. Even though we are far apart. I never thought I'd be the kind of person who would do this kind of streaming stuff. But I'm like, you know what? I do enjoy it. I'm certainly not as flashy as a lot of people who are very good at it, but I just like talking to people while I'm doing stuff. Yeah. Well, you should take breaks to stretch, but otherwise, it's good for maintaining focus. Oh, I'm sorry, you're at a block. Those are not fun. I don't know if I've ever had... I don't think block is so much a problem for me. It's just like sometimes there's like a paralysis of what I should be working on. But mostly it's just don't have time because of regular adult life. Like, well, I want to draw, but I can't because I gotta do the dishes. Gotta do my laundry. Gotta pay the bill. It never stops. This cow's like, oh no, here come the Eldritch Beast. I knew this would happen. But I couldn't do anything about it because I'm a cow. I don't think I'm drawing this cow correctly. Oh well. Sorry, cow. Chris is like, that cow kicked me once. Susie, get the cow. Get all the sheeps. They smell bad. Well, Asriel has it. Asriel hasn't kicked them down. And I'm joking. I'm pretty sure that a cow did not kick Chris. That'd be a little excessive. It's like, oh, I had a nice time in hometown except for everybody else. But that's the whole thing, is that they actually did like living in hometown. They are sad that they got sacrificed because they actually were feeling safe. Okay. Maybe now they're feeling a little conflicted. I don't know. If big beasts are going to go after humans, then hey, free cow as well. Free sheep. They ain't going anywhere. Yep. It's free real estate. Instead of real estate, it's free meat. Free snacks. Whole town of free snacks. Free beef sandwich day. And there's probably pigs too, so also free ham sandwich day. Free human sandwich day. The sandwich ingredients: human, beef, human. True. Yeah, I'm about to say, I think Susie would need multiple all-you-can-eat buffets in order for her to keep up. She's like, oh, this is all you can eat? Well, let's put that to the test. We'll find out if that's all you can eat is true or not. We'll find out if she actually can solve her hunger problem here. That's what Chris has promised anyway. Some special ones. Okay. Ugh. Keep drinking water. Susie, if you're gonna eat that much, you better make sure to drink a lot of water. And again, if she's anything like Alfie, she just won't drink water. Eat the restaurant to bankruptcy. True. Well, there's probably a lake nearby. Assuming it's like regular hometown. So there you go. That's enough water. Wash down all those humans. Hard to put down Pokemons. Ugh. I swear, I just wake up and I'm like, plat, plat, plat. Bleh. Well, I'm glad you're mostly better. Yeah, it's important after you've had COVID to rest, because I don't want that to stick around. You chose violence. Literally, with Ultrakill. I keep hearing about this game, but I don't really know, like, what it's about or how it works. I feel like I keep confusing Ultrakill with Super Hot, and I know they're not the same thing at all. But yes, welcome, welcome. We are working on ending stuff. The beasts have made it to hometown. Oh yeah, see, whenever I get like a mainline Pokemon game like Violet, I usually like finish the game and then I'd ignore the DLC. And then there's all like, and there's all these Pokemon came out, and I'm like, who are you guys? You weren't part of the original roster. I did enjoy Scarlet Violet's ending though. I thought that was really good. Ugh. Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu! It's Clefairy! Fuck! That's such a good line. That's a classic. So where's that joke? It's, you know, Voltorb. It's Jigglypuff from above. Like, is that from the show or is that something else? Wonder if they still try doing Who's That Pokemons now that there's like 1,000 of them. Then again, I'd probably say most Pokemon have pretty distinct silhouettes. I'm sure there's some crossover, but they probably did a pretty good job of distinguishing them from each other. Mostly, there's probably some actually that overlap more than you'd think. Also, why would you be seeing Jigglypuff from above? Chris, like, no, I'm not feeling homesickness. No. I don't love home. Fuck it. I'm going to have no regrets, really. For sure this time. Big fuzzies. It's always tough when you're waiting for editing. I wonder what Toby's waiting for. Oh good, I'm glad you got to do some writing. Good, good. Important to get that creative stuff out there. It's good for you. On that. Like, oh yeah, you want to go kill Mayor Holiday? Just over there. First house on the left. It's all good. It's tricky drawing characters interacting with each other sometimes. Yeah, I know. Elaine's been going through a lot lately. I've been busy and tired too. Feels like the progress on Eldritchrune's been going a lot slower than I would like. And it's just work and real life stuff, and of course, still trying to take care of my wrist. It's been pretty good this past month, but it still requires a lot of maintenance. I'm trying to make sure I don't push it too hard. But I would really like to get to the point of being able to do a lot of progress on the comic again. And I will probably have that in the summer. Of course, hopefully by then, we'll have new chapters, so I can also be doing stuff for that. So I imagine there'll be plenty of art I'll want to do for it. Which I'm like, please, Toby, tell us when this is so I know what I'm doing with my work and I can take my time off. Yeah. I understand. But yeah, I understand with Elaine. It's just been busy. Rough with life, rough with health. Hello, thank you for coming. Hope you enjoy your stay at the stream, although as soon as I finish this panel, I gotta take a little stretch break. I gotta keep taking care of my wrist. Well, we burned through this panel pretty quick. The fears of spoilers. Well, go fetch. Okay, cool. We have this stuff done. I gotta make sure to remember to put in the stuff. Okay, now it's time for a stretch break. Yep, it is what it is. That's the fun thing about fanfic. You can do what you want. No one can stop you. And if they try to stop you, hit them with a rolled up newspaper and say, shush, I will write what I want. Because if there's ever a space to do it, it's with hobby writing. That's the beauty of it. Alright, man, I'm so annoyed about my throat. Why does it feel so dry and weird? Like, I tend to always wake up before my alarm, and I did so today too, and I'm like, like, I just feel it in my throat. Gotta get more water. Oh. But first, stretches. I'm just very glad that last time I went to my massage therapist to take care of my neck and shoulders and arm and stuff, she's like, my muscles are looking pretty good. There's not a lot of tension there. So I'm like, yay. Surprised me because I thought I had a lot of tension that I was holding on to, but she said it didn't look too bad, so I trust her judgment. Not like I can see it for myself anyway. It's my own back. But I am trying to take care of myself. Because goodness gracious, being out of work for so long when you're injured is just really, really upsetting and unhappy. So, gotta stretch, gotta exercise, gotta keep up with it so that it does not relapse. Yep. Again, all you can write is what speaks to you. That's why it's nice to have a wide variety of viewpoints and styles, tone. There will always be somebody whom that's like, oh, that's for me. I like this. Alright, I will be right back for one more stretch and a bit more water. And I am back. Let us continue on. But yeah, fan fiction, fan comics, all that is a fun place to explore both expanding on canon itself and trying things canon would not do. It can do both. Like, it's fun to do this kind of, you know, darker, more horror-based stuff for Deltarune with Eldritchrune, but I don't actually want that in canon. I want them to have a happy ending. Or at least I want a satisfying ending. But I also don't want bad things to happen to the characters I like. Or at least, if bad things happen, let it be okay in the end. That's all I want. I imagine bad or scary things will happen because, you know, help create tension. But I actually do not want... I don't really expect either a dark ending, or at least not a nihilistic one. I don't expect the kind of ending where it's like, nothing matters. Ugh, sheesh. No, let's get into my sinuses when I talk. Stop that. Yeah, it's definitely different when it takes place, you know, outside of the battle arena in Deltarune itself, which is clearly supposed to be like, while it has serious consequences, it's also supposed to be like, this is play. The Darkners kind of treat it as like you're playing almost. I know, we have to explain the rules to you. And that's different from like an actual serious fight. Again, fanfiction, good place to explore that. So I've got to remember, because I know I'm going to forget, I've got to remember Chris missing a finger on their left hand. Don't forget, your hand is lost in the dark or whatever. It's like I'm really bad at forgetting like accessories characters have on. Even at like my job, I don't know why, if it's like not something super basic to the characters, I'll just like forget to draw it, and I'm like, no, they're supposed to have this accessory. Come on. Like stuff like earrings and stuff like that. Or necklaces. I gotta have those. Part of the character design. Time for Noel Smash. Actually, no, Noel Smash will be in like 2 parts. Noel Smash. Noel Beam. Exactly. Ice Beam Power. Exactly. Just me, or is it cold in here? It was super effective against Mayor Holiday. Or it will be super effective. Yeah, I don't think that's something that I personally would put in the paper trail. That would not fit for my particular story purposes. It's like I feel like that'd be kind of weird if that happened in canon. I mean, it could. I think it might be kind of weird. Doesn't seem too likely. Yeah. Yep. And here's your silly antlers again, Noel. I need is like a 3D model of these dang things. Make them in Blender or something. But I do have Blender. I just, I haven't been modeling in so long. I'm not quite sure how I would go about it. I can make like, you know, your basic cube. But I'd probably have to, mess around quite a bit in order to get back to the modeling I used to be able to do, like, good grief, I don't know, like, 15 years ago at this point in Maya. My 3D modeling skills and use skills are pretty rusty at this point. And off she goes. We have a very Mayor holiday encounter, which I'm sure will go super well for everyone involved. Yeah, I think it makes sense to do something with like hard edges. And again, like I remember some basics from way back in the day. Like I can make me some cubes and you know, extrude on them and cut along vertices and stuff like that and move stuff around and etc. That much I remember. But it's been a long time since I've done any real fancy modeling. So, don't know about that. Same with texturing. Good grief. The tools for texturing have probably changed drastically by now. Or maybe they haven't. I don't know. Do people still paint UVs, or do they, like, do something else? Do you do something else with texture? I guess it depends on if you're doing, like, a painted texture procedural. Yeah, basically, like, playing around with a bunch of, you know, cubes and very, very basic polys, extruding all that stuff. Cutting them up. Like that I think I could do without too much trouble. But once you start getting into like curves and stuff, it's like, oof, it's a little harder. Okay, so people still unwrap UVs, okay. And I think we had like a whole class on that way back in the day, just how to properly unwrap your UVs. Oh yeah, like I'm sure there's like procedural textures you can use. I was never very good with procedural textures because that's a bit more on the math side. It was hard for me to visualize. And of course, unwrapping your UVs, the texture requires you having some good topology in the first place. If you model in a way where your UVs are a mess, when you unwrap them, they're going to be a mess, and that would suck. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's too bad. Everybody's like, whoa, that is a very large deer. She large. Oh, Lord, she coming. Peter, the deer is here. You're like, oh. You're just trying to do your job and all of a sudden giant horror deer appears. Don't worry, it's just gonna go kill the local government. You're fine. For now. Wah, wah, wah. Everybody may want to. Okay. Man, these things are going to be a pain in the butt to shade once I get to them, too. There's so much going on in terms of architecture. No, I am very sorry to say this, but there are going to be a lot of horses that get eaten. Sorry, horses. You didn't do anything. Goodbye, horses. Not the horsies, Chris. Go back to the dark world. I'm sorry, horses. You didn't do anything wrong. You were just here. And probably a lot of sheep and cows, too. Yeah. Ain't that always the way? No, not the animals. Oh, the humans are gonna die? Huh, alright. Not the horses. Well, that's not... we're not getting that until next part. This is just our little introduction back home. People start getting eaten next part. Oh, look, see, I did it again. Oh, no. You're supposed to have 3 fingers. But I gave up a fingy. I knew this would happen again. I'm really bad with remembering accessories. Don't forget about... I know it's going to happen at some point. At some point, I'm going to draw them with 4 fingers. Just forget. Continuity. Exactly. It's harder than you think. How could they make such an obvious blunder? I don't know. They're doing like 5 other things. It happens. I just kind of hope there's nothing else that pops up between now and the ending where I'm like, oh no, this permanently changed the character. Too late for me to go back and fix it. Who knows what we'll get with chapters 3 and 4. Oh, see? More continuity. Sword. Sword. Yeah, that's especially a hazard if you're drawing traditionally on paper. It's a little harder to correct mistakes that way. Chris does need their sword, in fact. They are going to be using that in the future, so can't forget that. Yeah. They do, in fact, need that sword. I can't wait till we get Caddy and Jockington in canon. Why do they have the earrings on one side and not the other? Why would I do that? Can't draw worth crap. Good grief. Like, I have thoughts on how the Caddy and Jockington meeting is going to go in Eldritchrune, but I'd also really like to know how it might go in canon so I can reference that. Eyeballs. Surprise! More cats! Unfortunately, you have to feed this cat human souls, so make sure you have those handy. Probably would be easier just to have wet food. I gotta feed Alfie some crickets later today. And not forget, once again, the old planet halo. I gotta feed Kitty and Snake at the same time. Yeah, I mean, continuity errors are just bound to happen. It's fine. Especially for a fanfic. Like, people are gonna complain about that. It's like, come on guys, get some real problems. Like we were discussing, I mean, heck, even just with canon, like we were discussing with Okami on Friday. Like, Toby himself doesn't put a lot of emphasis on world building, and especially not on timeline stuff. That part's pretty fuzzy. A story can work perfectly fine without, like, being solid in that factor. Oh yeah, sprite art's pretty fun. I feel like sprite comics used to be way more common back in the day, and then they kind of fell out of style, and I'm not quite sure why. You can do some pretty cool stuff with sprite comics. Back in the day, when I was a little younger, I used to be a big fan of 8-bit theater. I had a lot of fun reading 8-bit theater. I was one of those sprite comics. And I have seen a little bit of Chris Does Surgery, mostly because I've seen it on the Reddit. I don't know why I keep going back to the Reddit. It keeps dealing psychic damage to me. But that's a fun AU. And you do get those moments of people just making cool art. It's like, oh yeah, cool art, hooray. That's true, I could just check it out on Tumblr. That would be preferable. Also, yay Comic Fury. I'm all for more Comic Fury. That is a good site. It's what I use for Skybox, and always been very accommodating, easy to use. All that goodness. Kind of sad I never got my domain for Skybox renewed, but I don't think that's going to happen at this point. That's a long story on that. Oh, sheesh, did that thing again. Get back here. But yeah, in a world where there's a lot of like, you know, kind of predatory takes on webcomics with like Webtoon and Tapas and stuff like that, Comic Fury was pretty nice, and it was pretty much just like, hey, we'll just host it, and you can do whatever you want otherwise. There's really nice tools for that. Although I got some kind of asking if I wanted to put Dogs of Future Past on, I guess some other site called like Fanon. I haven't really responded to it because I don't know what to say about it. I'm just like, I don't know what to think of this. I haven't heard of this before. I don't know if I need yet another place to upload stuff. If I was going to upload stuff separately from social media, I feel like I just do it on my own website. Of course, I need a separate website from like Anthrofractal. Oh no! Oh no, that's a weird dream to have. They made you put in a romance. And I had a weird dream. Was it last night or the night before? I can't remember anything that happened in it right now, but it was one of those wake up from it and be like, ugh, kind of things. Oh wait, no, I was last night. I think I do remember some of it, but well, I'm not going to share what it was. It was, ugh, very odd. Most of my stuff doesn't seem to like take place in reality as we understand it when it comes to dreams. And they're off. Ugh, water, water, please. I need to get my orange juice, but I might save it for later because my throat's still pretty dry and hard to speak with. And juice will just make that worse because of the sugar. So I'll save that for later. Unfortunately. They're flying away. Ugh. Right up the camera. Well, that's entirely up to you. Although, I will just say, if anything, like, changes in terms of the fanfic, in terms of, like, links and stuff, let me know so that I can, good grief, so that I can update the master post with any of that. I feel like I found this really good reference website, and I can't remember what it's called now. I'd have to go look it up. It's useful if you can get, like, really good photo references for, like, different poses and stuff like that. Usefulness. Big bird flying. I do think I can finish the character cleans for this part today. It'll be nice to cross that off the old checklist. Okay, just want to make sure that there's nothing else I would need to update in that regard. I try and update that, but that's only if people tell me, because I will forget otherwise. Have I remembered to draw Caddy's stuff even once this part? Even once! Sheesh. Poor Caddy. Okay, you'll just have to let me know. Shoot me a message on the old Discords. Hello, hello, thank you for coming. We are in the Eldritch. The beasts are loose. They're here for juice. But mostly humans. They're here for juice. Yes, that's that rhymes with loose, doesn't it? What kind of juice? Human blood juice. Is for juice specifically? I'm not sure, actually. Will apple suffice? Well, if they wanted apple juice, they could eat Chris, so... But Chris is going to be like, no, do not. And stir the juice and see what shakes loose. What was that commercial for? It's like, the juice is loose. Wasn't that like Gushers or something? The juice is loose. Chris tastes like apples. Like Apple Jacks. We eat what we like. In this case, we like apples. No, they're not apple juice, but they taste like apples, so... That's probably the closest you'll get aside from just actual juice. The power to taste like apples. It's a useless power, but they have it anyway. Yeah, all they can affect is what kind of apple they taste like. Although, I'll admit, I feel like there's not much difference between apple tastes. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, shoot. I mean, I know there's some. I know if I probably compare them, I'd be able to tell the difference between tastes, but apple mostly tastes like apple. The power of apples shines within you. That probably happened in canon at some point. That's true. Like, I have had different apples. I know they taste different. I'm just kind of being pedantic. I'm going a little past when I'm supposed to stop for this, but we're going to finish this panel, and then I will do a stretch. Even if this is a bit of a longer one. Now, it is well established that Chris tastes like apple. Aww. Apples are very good things to put with sugar. I love me apple flavored treats. Why are you all bringing apples? Yes, that's why they taste like apples. Susie multiple times has commented, I want to take a bite out of your head because you smell like apples. They keep threatening to do this. Well, Susie might disagree, because if you check on the apple shampoo in the bathroom after she visits, you can tell it's lighter because she drank some of the shampoo. I don't know, Chris seems to be happy with Apple. If they have one more, they haven't said so otherwise yet. What was it? That's not what I wanted. Why did you do that? It's not what I wanted. Good grief. Tastes like durian. Either way, she's like, smells like apples, but it tastes like apples. I'm gonna try. Could have been. I still can't get over her using giant bottle of pet shampoo. Like, do they not have fur shampoo for monsters in this universe? Ew. Isn't durian supposed to, like, smell like puke? Maybe it tastes better, but her it doesn't smell very good. Well, that's my understanding, anyway. Durians look neat, anyway. Supposed to taste like caramel. Odd. I've never had a durian, actually, so I don't know what they taste like. Run away! Run away! And then we have to stand here gawking until it gets us. Just a rando guy. I know, the durian juice boxes. True. Like, what's durian juice like? Maybe in the Steven Universe durian has a slightly different taste? Maybe it just got popular. Everybody run for it. Oh my goodness, they still have cookie cats in Craig of the Creek. I don't know. The Steven Universe. I know. It's like, what? Can I travel to this universe and get the cookie cats? Save the cow. It's too late. They're gonna be hamburger. And if you don't run, you will be hamburger or people burger, I guess. And Borgor. Susie's like, I want everything on my burger, and by everything, I do mean everything. I'm pretty sure cows are domesticated in the Steven Universe, right? They have, like, milk and stuff. Suze can have cheeseburger, true. And if they have cheese, that means if they have milk and cheese, that means they have cows. And yeah, you can technically make that from goats, but not really in the same sense you can for, like, burgers and stuff like that and pizza. I don't think they're actually putting a lot of goat cheese on their pizza, so I'm pretty sure they have cows in their universe that are domesticated. They are kind of vague. They're very much like, yeah, this is like Earth, except slightly different from Earth. If for no other reason, because like now we have the gym history there, and then all the geography has changed because of the way gyms have affected it. Okay. It is time, because when I finish this page, time for us to do a stretch break. And more water break and all that. I got 2 more pages left on this part. Ugh. Fresh stretchies. Wait, that's right. Did they not? They have Thanksgiving though. They have like a Thanksgiving dinner. When Steven's uncle visits. Unless that's not supposed to be Thanksgiving. Do they not have Christmas, but they do have Thanksgiving? And they have New Year's. They have New Year's celebration. That's a holiday. I'm not sure people get them no holidays. Yeah, I feel like even if it wasn't Thanksgiving, it was supposed to feel like Thanksgiving because they have big feast, families over for it kind of thing, harvest thing. And yeah, there's the episode where they have it at New Year's, so that's a thing. I can't recall if they ever have like a Christmas or Easter holiday. But there's a lot of stuff in it that is extremely similar in a lot of ways. Because of the trees. It is sometime in autumn. So I'm guessing the break that Asriel's coming back home for is like a fall break or a Thanksgiving break. Whatever the monster equivalent of Thanksgiving is. They have Christmas, obviously. But at the same time, like, monsters have their own religion that is not Christianity. So are they, like, does Christianity exist and they're just like, what the heck, Christmas sounds neat, we'll use this anyway? Or is Christmas not have a religious connotation, just a secular connotation in the Eldritchrune universe? Don't know. Probably never going to find out because, again, Toby doesn't find those kind of world-building ideas, like, important. Christmas is neat, for sure. And obviously Noelle loves it. But I'm just curious because in our universe, it is extremely much a religious holiday. And, but it might not be the same way in Deltarune's universe. It might just be a secular holiday. And I'm curious... And I will probably stay curious because I don't think they will ever elaborate on that. It's like, it's Christmas and that's what it's supposed to be. It's Christmas. Alright, I will be right back for one more stretch and more water and all that. I return. Oh. I return and we're back for more. My artist brain says yes, but my throat says no. Blah. Okay. We're on to page 8. What's the foreground light? It's in the foreground. Oh boy. Yay, crowd scenes. No, I think the postal strike's over. Haven't heard anything about that. I'm pretty sure that finished a few months ago. Maybe there's something with transit otherwise, but not that I'm aware of. What will Susie eat first? Well, Chris is like, hey, you want to go eat my parents? Meet. What will be your appetizer, though? Actually, I'll leave that up to you guys. I know she's going to grab some guys on the way. But I haven't decided what guys yet. So, what hometown residents do you want to see get eaten first by Susie? Give me your preferences. This would have to just be random NPCs. Can't be any major characters. I'm gonna guess she does not cook with snails in this universe, so it would be cinnamon and butterscotch. Sadly, I'm gonna have to nix Pizza Face because he is going to get eaten by Birdly later in a funny way. He's already claimed, sorry. No, she's not gonna have the tree. Birdly called dibs. He might regret it, though. The little bunny in the apartment? Okay, the one that would walk her little brother or whatever. I'm sure they have names. I'd have to check the wiki, which I hope they move off of fandom, because good grief, that place is annoying. Oh, what happened? Oh, I did mess up there. Let's say we have 3 options. No, can't have her eat Toby. Because his closest thing would be annoying dog, and annoying dog has stuff to do. Please give me options. Your preferred NPCs that you want to see get launched. Because otherwise I'll just pick some guys. I do already have humanizations drawn for just about everyone in Hometown, because I did that early for this exact purpose. Onion-san is on the table, but I haven't used him at all yet because his design is so goofy. I designed him, he looks like a goof. I have no clue whenever I'll use Onion-san. He's supposed to be just like fishing by the river. They, she, I'm not sure what Onion's gender is. No, Snowy would not be here because Snowy would be considered an Eldritch Beast. If all of the other classmates have fallen into that category, except for Timmy, then only makes sense he does too, even if he's not part of the fun game. So, no Snowy. Well, if y'all have appetizer ideas, tell them to me soon. Well, not soon. It's probably gonna be a while before I get to that part. I think that's like part 6 or 7. And we're on 2 right now. So we got time. But since who knows when I'll bring it up again, now's your chance for it. Oh, Politics Bear? I can do Politics Bear. I know he does have a design. So yeah, Politics Bear, possibility. Man, what's happening? Oh, the receptionist at the hospital. Also possible. That's a possibility. I'm wondering if I'd have her in the right part of town, though. I almost feel like... because I might have used her already in part 3, but maybe not. I'm trying to remember who it was. No, I'm pretty sure it was the hospital receptionist. But I can have her, she's moved across town trying to get away from stuff, so it could be hospital receptionist also. The joys of continuity. I'm certain I'm going to be done. Like, I'm going to have that MST3K joke thrown at me. Like, hey, she's dead. She died already. I think it's very nice of you to give that dead woman another chance. That's bound to happen at some point. But, oh well. Until then, onward we go. Yeah, Politics Bear and receptionist at the hospital are possibilities. I was also considering perhaps Ice Wolf. But I like Ice Wolf, so I don't know. Yeah, some NPCs already have dibs. Birdley got dibs on Father Alvin, and can't talk. And Pizza Pants. That's probably not his name in this universe. Caddy got dibs on QC and Martlet. I don't think Monster Kid has dibs on anybody. Yes. Very brief appearance by Martlet, and then she gets eaten. Sorry, Martlet. Yeah, you know what? You know what? Dark World Pizza Pants is a possibility. I feel like it's possible. We keep seeing little hints of Pizza Pants showing up, and definitely more like sprites of him, so... You know, Dark World Pizza Pants? Possible. Possible. Tastes like chicken. How many friends are in this group? Are in Chris's fun group? Fun gang? I'll wait till after Adland. Then I'll say. I don't want to talk when you're in Adland. Be free of Adland. Something Birdly tastes like frozen chicken. Smells like frozen chicken. She's off for snacks. It's a snack attack. And Eldritchrune Father Alvin, part of the cult, so uh-oh. 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 Bye-bye. Oh, good grief. I'm not fond of these kind of giant layouts, though I know they're necessary. Gotta have your wides in here. It's a necessary part of visual storytelling. Add Landover? Okay. In answer to your question, who's in the fun gang here? It's Chris and Rouse, obviously. And then also Susie, Noelle, Birdly, Caddy and Jockington are one and the same. And Monster Kid. And also Lancer, he's tagging along. That's very fun. Well, Lancer is obviously not joining in the attack because he's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. So it's a bunch of crazy misfits and also horrors beyond your wild imagination. Lancer could kick a rock if he wanted. He's like, I'm gonna help too. Eh. It's like, you did great, Lancer. He's like, watch, Susie, watch. I'm gonna eat somebody too. And he just like walks up to somebody and like bites their knee. They're like, Lancer does not have his bike. Sadly, no bike for Lancer. Yeah, not even unhinging his jaw or anything. He's just like kind of nibbling on it, and he doesn't even have sharp teeth. It's not even denting anything. They're just kind of like, what are you doing, child? I'm like, Susie, are you watching, Susie? Is Lancer herbivore? I say Lancer as a child. Which probably means he'll eat whatever stuff kids like a salsa and 3 glasses of milk. It's like having a dinner made out of 3 glasses of milk. And that's unusual somehow. Oh yeah, it would be all over. Man, it's a good thing I don't have my bike. Or you'd be so doomed. He'd be zooming around all over the place. I hope we get more Susie and Lancer friendship in canon, because I'm a little sad that we couldn't do that as much because he got turned to stone. I'm like, no, my boy. Look what they did to my boy. Okay, that would be a good joke. Thanks, Susie. She's so proud of him. Gaster is fun to write. True, true. I may have to resort to our smaller things here, because no, sweeping the well. He did get a nice dinner at Queen's Castle, at least. He's well taken care of. They gave him spaghetti and meatball. My boy. That are stupid. Like, I do want to see Toby have, like, a villain that's really, really intimidating. The way he writes villains is usually, like, there's always a little bit of goof from them. So I imagine we'll still get at least a little goof. They're the worst. Also, hello, thank you for coming to the stream. Sorry if I sound a little quiet or weird. My throat feels kind of bad and dry. A little hard to talk, so I'm not as boisterous. Oh. I'm drinking a lot of water. Bouncy little pumpkin. I wonder if we'll get some kind of night hint in the trailer, like a silhouette or something. Yeah, it's so weird, because I wouldn't necessarily say my throat is sore. Like, it doesn't hurt that much, but it just feels really bad and dry, and I keep having to drink water, and it's hard to talk. I'm not necessarily sick, it just feels bad. I kind of started yesterday, and it's a little annoying, because I'd like to be able to chat more. That's why I'm holding off on my orange juice, because I think if I did that, it'd make my throat more dry. So I'm like, I don't know, is it like pre or post sickness? Is it the weather? Humidity, temperature? I don't know. Just, ugh, doesn't feel great. But we'll do the best we can with what we got. The beasts are off to the all-you-can-eat buffet. I can't wait to see Asriel in canon too. That's gonna be so fun. Please show us the boy. Show us what a weird college dweeb he is after all the town has built him up as like, oh, he's such a good boy. He's the bestest in the world. And then we're gonna get to it. It's gonna be like kind of a doofus. Kind of a nerd. Burnout Asriel real. He's like, I was the hero of hometown, and then I got out to college, and things are different. Part of me kind of wants Arrow Ace Asriel because, you know, all the ladies love him. It'd be really funny if no ladies. But also, I can see the funny appeal of, like, Pizza Pants Asriel as a couple. Not my preference shipping, but I can see why people like it. It could be funny. It could be funny. Azrael has been. That was when he was Flowey. Oh, some people ship Azrael and Pizza Pants. And I don't personally, but I think if that did happen, it would be funny. This golden boy, an absolute wreck of a human being. Yeah, it's just one of those things like, I do not want it, but if it happened in canon, I would laugh and be fine with it. They experimented once over the weekend and vowed to never bring it up again. Also possible. Gotta have the Suzelles in there, yeah. Hello, thank you for coming to the stream. I am almost done with this page and I've already lost track of when I need to take my next break. Oops. What is being drawn? We are working on cleaning up characters for this part of Eldritchrune. It's taken a while, but it's going okay. I am almost done with this part. Part 2 out of 20. Ooh. Oh my gosh, every time I forgot to draw her halo. Every time. Wait, was I drawing on the wrong layer previously? Where is this? Nope. Okay, good. Oh, I just failed to do whatever I was trying to do here. Okay, never mind. Wait. Okay, back to it. Yeah, I used to be so much more particular about ships when I was in the Kingdom Hearts fandom, and now that I'm in, now that I'm older and I'm in Delta, I'm like, you know what? Whatever makes you happy. I ain't got issues. I do think Suzelle is going to be canon. I think it's been set up pretty well that way. And I really like the two of them together. I think they're super cute. But if people want to ship other things, that's cool. I don't care. Do what makes you happy. Oh yeah, see the angst and the spice, that's the fun stuff. I don't know, see I don't get why people think that's a boring ship when I'm like, there's so many cool things you can do with it. Think of the character development. Think of it. Think of Susie learning to love herself in a new way. Think of Noelle's growth. Yeah, like, in Chapter 1 I was like, oh, this might be set up as a ship, but they'll probably take a while before they get anywhere. And then we got to Chapter 2 and I'm like, this is moving faster than I thought it would. Quite a bit faster. I thought we'd have a few chapters before they started getting that blatant with it, but nope. So while I had my suspicions after Chapter 1, I'm like, okay, yeah, Noelle clearly has a crush on Susie. We'll see how this develops. After Chapter 2, I'm like, oh no, this is going, and I think that Susie reciprocates. I can't believe people are still making that argument in the year of our angel 2025. Come on, guys. Come on. Use your brains. Do the reading. Like, how shallow of an interpretation do you gotta be? It's like, if you don't like the ship, that's fine. You can be like, this ain't for me. And I'll be like, cool. But it's exactly like Alphys and Undyne. 1, no. And 2, why is that an argument that it's bad? Because Alphys and Undyne is also really fun. Yeah, it pretty much boils down to they're both lesbians. Because that's right, all lesbians are the same. No difference between lesbians. Yeah, they are completely different characters. Alphine is so great. Why isn't there Alphine too? Well, you know what? If Alphys and Undyne get together in Deltarune, then we will have Undyne too. So there will, in fact, be more Undyne or Alphine. We've had one lesbians, yes. What about second lesbians? Oh. Alright, have a good lunch. Oh, good grief, what has happened? Stop that. Can't use Photoshop worth crud. Like, I'm trying to think if there's any ships where I'm like, ew, no, absolutely not. And I think pretty much anything with Lancer because he is clearly a child. Not even like a teenager, but like middle school at best. That is at least the way he seems to be written. So let him be a child, please. But otherwise... yeah, I'm not sure if they will. I mean, I would hope so, because I like the two of them. But they are different people in this universe, so... who knows? Horsey! I hope the horsey doesn't get eaten. Honestly, if these hometown people do want to get away, they should probably just grab a horse and book it. It's probably your best bet. Yeah, exactly. And even if something is like, ew, that's an ick, I'll be like, alright, I'm going to not engage with that. Why would I engage with something I find icky? I only have so many hours in the day. Like, as in real life, Mew Mew will be a real show? Or like, in Deltarune, Mew Mew will be a real show? Because it seems like it already is. How would that happen in real life? Now I'm just thinking of that extremely weird visual novel sequel, Kissy Cutie. It was so odd. Mew Mew Kissy Cutie is the night. Mystery solved. Alright, have we all... Nope. Nope. Crowd's still scattering all over town. Probably not unless you're on the Switch itself, because I don't think you can do that on like a PC or some other console. Motion controls added as gimmick. Oh boy. Oh, look who it is here. Brunch time. Mew Mew, Kissy Cutie. It's gonna be a silhouette, so. I don't know, it seems like in Deltarune, Alphys likes Mew Mew, Kissy Cutie 2 better. And then, in the original Undertale, she likes the first one better. Yeah, I'm not sure how that would be on a computer. And I just don't know if that would happen. Okay, I think I need to do one more break. And then we'll move on to another page. How did they added in the Mew Mew fight? How did they do that on PC? Because I know that the whole point with the Mew Mew fight is it's making use of the Switch controls. Oh, interesting. Arrows and WSD split. Oh, that would take some getting used to. Because I am definitely an arrow key user. I'm not used to using WASD for movement. Whew. So yeah, that would take a while to adapt to. I know there's like reasons why WASD developed that way. Wasn't it like click to shoot and WASD to move games? That's kind of popularized it. Oh yeah, that seems likely. No, I kind of doubt they're going to make any console exclusive mechanics. Especially if it's a simultaneous release across all platforms. Seems like it would just kind of add extra work to your already heavy workload to have a battle that has console exclusive mechanics. Whew. Stretchy, stretchy. Stretchy, stretchy. Just come on the throat and feel better, please. I never, even though I have a Switch, I never got Undertale for the Switch, so I still haven't played the Mew Mew battle. Which is kind of sad, because Mew Mew is awesome. And I do kind of like that, even though Mew Mew is like console exclusive to the Switch, they've pretty much like canonized her as like, yeah, this is what happens with Mad Dummy, like she becomes Mad Mew Mew. I think that's pretty neat. Like at least in like, you know, the newsletters, they use Mew Mew. I seem to hint that is like the canon post-pacifist thing that happens with her. So that's neat. I don't know when we're getting a newsletter. At least Toby on his Blue Sky has said that he doesn't know when the next newsletter is, because I'm guessing whenever we get the next newsletter, that's going to be here's trailer and release date, or at least one of those. So when that's ready, that's when we'll get newsletter. At least I think that is the situation. Because normally we would have gotten one by now, but we haven't heard word of one coming soon. So I'm guessing when we get newsletter is when we're getting big news. Alright, be right back for one more stretch and water and stuff. Okay. I return. So we dive into a new page. Now this is the last page on this part. It's a 9-page one. So, and I know I'll finish this quick because it's just stuff with Ralse here. When I finish this, I'm sure we'll have a little bit of time. Do you guys want me to start doing fills on this one? Or would you like a little peek at part 3 and we'll start doing some character lines on that one? Because that one's also ready for character lines. Let me know what you'd like. But, yeah, again, I don't know why I keep going back to the Reddit, because psychic damage every time, but... So it's a little bit content starved. A little bit... Oof. Y'all gotta be patient. I say not being patient, but... Do as I say, not as I do. Start on fills? Okay. We can do that. Fills are a thing we can do. Yeah, exactly. It's important to diversify, like having diverse meals, so that you can do other things as well. That's why I'm enjoying trying other games for friend-powered Friday nights. It's nice to revisit Okami. It's nice to try out new things like Outer Wilds, and again, I've gotten so many different options I have now in terms of, you know, other things I can try. And even if and even outside of games, I'm taken to like listening to books on audiobooks more. I've been listening to the Earthsea series. No ads. I know, like the joke of Eldritchrune tomorrow, it's funny, but it's also like, we gotta get some new jokes, guys. Come on, please. The joke at this point is very tiring. Even as I say, Eldritchrune tomorrow. He's back, and you're all in big trouble. But yeah, an important way to keep from going totally insane while waiting for new content. Well, I don't want to say content. That's a gross word. Waiting for more art, waiting for more games, chapters to come out. Check out other things. And like, obviously, like, I'm still keeping myself busy, you know, working on Eldritchrune. That's keeping me plenty busy in the meanwhile. But, just in terms of, like, other things to try, like, finally watched through season 2 of Arcane. Rewatching some Ghibli movies because I'm feeling it. Probably some other movies I should check out. Again, I've been listening to the Earthsea series, which I'm enjoying. Need to see if there's some other books I can check out. And again, I enjoyed Outer Wilds. I've got tons of games to play. Yeah, that's got to be hard. It's like, again, I'm sure like people are super excited for Silksong, but there's other games out there you can try. Heck, Toby is trying to advertise them on his own, on his Blue Sky, being like, guys, I know you're here for Eldritchrune, but check out this game my friend made. It's really cool. Which, hey, he sold me. I want to try Soul of Sovereignty. I've heard that's pretty good. And, was it Dream Barbecue? I'm like, okay, I like surreal stuff. I'll give that a try. Like, there are so many options in terms of, like, hey, here's some new experiences you can have. Yeah, no, he basically, there was kind of a big joke because he's like, making some kind of reference to like Eldritchrune tomorrow. He's like, tomorrow, my friend's game is being updated. Like, he talked about Soul of Sovereignty and yeah, Dream Barbecue. He advertised both of those as being like, hey, people I know made these and they're really cool. Please check them out. Yeah, that is the drawback of a full-time job. Same here. I definitely cannot throw myself into fandoms full-time because I'm like, I have a job and that comes first and I gotta do that. I've also got to do some Patreon sketches soon. It's about time for that. So I am always busy. Again, I wish I could spend more time on Deltarune fandom stuff, but I cannot. I have real life stuff to do all the time. And even aside from just new stuff, again, there are so many things out there you can check out and try. New experiences. It's good for you. There will never be enough time to experience like all the games, all the movies and books, the weird little internet projects, TV shows. There's so much out there. Like, I get it. I'm super excited for Deltarune 2, and again, I really want that release date. Mostly so I can plan ahead in terms of my job. But, yeah. I'm not like I'm bored. I got plenty of stuff to do. Yeah. There's just a wealth of things out there to keep you entertained in the meanwhile. And it's just kind of good for, like, especially if you are a creator, if you make your own art, it's really good to, like, expose yourself to a wide variety of things outside of, you know, what your main interests are. Try some nonfiction. Try fiction from other countries. It's good for you. It's a balanced diet of art. Yeah, that's true. When you are jobless, yeah, you can't even enjoy that free time because it's like, oh no, I have to get a job soon. It's just like, because then you're in survival mode. And that's not very conducive to making good art either. It's rough. But yeah, that's my advice. If you are really desperate for Deltarune to come out, please check out something else. Because I guarantee you, there are good things out there that'll give you great experiences. Or again, if you're just desperate for more of that, check out the bajillion fan things going on. If there's anything that we know about Undertale Deltarune fandom is that it has a wealth of talent. There's like a bajillion fan projects you can look at. Whether it's games or comics or projects. Yeah, like even I'm kind of like, oh, that looks cool, because again, programming is not my strong suit. Not at all. But, like a maker sort of thing, like Mario Maker but for Undertale, that's great. People can do some cool stuff with that. I love that kind of like, you know, plug and play stuff. Go read a manga from the 2000s, true. Go search up some weird site on GeoCities. You'll discover something amazing. Now we're gonna have hat off Asriel. Have you considered playing games about programming? Probably the closest I've come to that is Pony Island. Oh yeah, I guess it is NeoCities now, isn't it? I'm glad it's still up though. So yeah, I know there's games out there that... Oh, I'm on 20. That's kind of high. Spooky, Rel say, yeah, now it's going to get spooky because now it's hat off time. It's serious business. Like, even I wouldn't mind... Like, I love seeing, like, those Mario Maker games, especially when they do them at, like, GDQ. And people just like make up their own extremely difficult levels, and then speedrunners just sight read them. That's crazy to me. That's so cool. Like in terms of other game stuff, I'm often outside playing Pokemon Go because it gets me outside to go walking and stuff. I'll probably do that this afternoon. Takes up quite a bit of my time, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if Kaizo Mario led to Celeste. That would not surprise me. I don't know that for sure. but seems like that would follow. Yes, I thankfully have caught Sizzlepede, and I have enough Sizzlepede to evolve to a Scorch if I want. I'm a little upset because I didn't get any shinies yesterday for the Fuzzy Buddies event, but that's okay. Again, I at least got some Sizzlepede. And then I think they're going to be like Mega Audino next weekend. Here comes the scary. Yeah, it was a research day thing. It was like if you do research, you have a chance of catching, you know, these Pokemon, and they might be shiny. I feel like it wasn't planned super well in that sense because it was doubled up with the bug out event. And so a lot of the research things were not for the research day, they were for the bug out. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to circle back. I can't circle back and do this research again. So there goes my chance of, potentially getting a shiny. And I did not get any shinies. Not a single one. But I did get, like, 3 Scorch, so not terrible. Mostly I was looking for a Pancham or a Cubchoo shiny, because I already had shinies of the other 2 bear cubs, but didn't get any. He's on fire! A lot of this fire stuff's going to have to come from shading. Unfortunately, Ralsei with his hat off is complicated in terms of shading. Like, I've had some luck with the research fire goat. Yeah, he's the what is that goat called? The one you set on fire at Christmas, or they try and set on fire. Has like a Swedish name or something. Burn that goat. Burn that goat. Yeah, like Gavelbloken or something. Oh, I don't remember. Although last year it did get eaten by birds. Because they used like a seed-rich hay or something. So instead of it being on fire, it like got eaten by birds. Which, not quite the sacrificial thing we want, but decent. We just really want to burn a goat at Christmas. Let us burn this goat. Burn the goat. Burn the goat. Burn the goat. Alright, Ralsei's here to cause trouble. But yeah, from now on, Hatless Ralsei. Oh no! Oh. Okay. If we're not going to move on to the next part for cleans, let's start some fills. Hello, where are you? Where is my... Oh, here. Where is my palettes? There we go. Oh, let's pick a color. Use a medium color. Okay, so that's all done. Is it? Yeah. It's close enough. Onward we go. And we'll start up some fills. Why didn't I label this properly? Oh yeah, I forgot I started on some shading on this part. Very big white here. It's an ordinary day in hometown. I hope no monsters come up and eat everybody. Yeah, I know. That's what I say in the morning, too. Beautiful day. Hope no horrible monsters come and eat me. Well, so far, I've gotten lucky, so, you know. Oh. Water! Tried to reuse this drawing of Hometown a lot because, good grief, those establishing shots, always a little bit of a pain in the butt to do. I think it took me like a whole half hour just to clean up this one drawing. But it's necessary. One cannot live on close-ups alone. Medium shots get pretty boring after a while. You have to establish where you are in the area. Here's our cow. Yeah, I'm just trying to move over. I don't want to use a gradient background. I want to show the town. It's kind of boring if you're like, and then the town burned down without actually showing the town burning down. Nothing says PowerPoint presentation. Ah, yes, that's what I want to make. PowerPoint. That's what all true warriors strive for. And remember when people used to make, like, you know, fandom PowerPoints or whatever to, like, make a point and post those on Tumblr? Those were kind of neat, though. I swear, I had to, like, do some kind of, like, learn how to use PowerPoint skills stuff for a class once. And it was the most humiliating class ever for some reason. And I would have been fine with this normally, but this was like a college class. I'm like, why are we in college going over the fine points of PowerPoint? The PowerPoint scene transitions. I actually have not seen Rocky Horror. And I kind of don't know if I ever will. Just from reputation of, oh, you're a virgin. We're gonna get you if you haven't seen Rocky Horror before and put you through all the hazing or whatever. And I'm like, I'd kind of rather just see the movie without the hazing. Like that doesn't sound like it would actually be fun for me. But please leave me alone. I don't want the fact that I haven't seen this movie before to turn into a big deal. So if I saw it, I think I'd have to do it in the privacy of my own home. Oh yeah, I can imagine that it's like, you know, it might be a bit of an acquired taste sort of thing, and that's fine. I'm sure, like, as a movie, it's both historically relevant and interesting. Just, again, from what I understand is that if you go to, like, a theater screen... Yeah, and Tim Curry is excellent. To my understanding, if you go to, like, a theater screening of Rocky Horror, and they find out that you are a Rocky Horror virgin, as they put it, then, there's kind of a hazing that goes on. And I don't want that. I'm sorry, I just don't want that. I'm sure it would be very fun for people that, like, have seen the movie, and that's kind of like part of the ritual of it sort of thing. But I don't want to be on the other end of that. maybe it's not as bad as I imagined, but from what I've heard, I'm kind of like, ugh, it sounds not appealing to me. I don't want to be the center of attention just because I'm new. Yeah, with all the rituals involved and stuff like that. Some movies just lend themselves to that. I know The Room kind of took on that connotation. Like, there's a lot of rituals now involved with seeing The Room in theaters. And I would normally be okay with that because I love making fun of a bad movie. Who doesn't? But, I don't really know how I feel about that in regards to The Room because from what I've heard, like, Tommy Wiseau is just the worst to work with. Like, because I've had some friends who have worked in movie theaters when they've had, like, a Room event for it, and Tommy Wiseau has gotten involved or whatever. And they're like, he is just the biggest pain in the ass to work with. He's so, like, just genuinely not a nice guy. So I'm like, I don't really want to support that. There's awkward sex scenes. There's hi doggy. There's football tuxedo. There's I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi Mark. So lots of stuff that's pretty good for rituals. But I don't know. Again, don't know how much I like the guy who made it from what I've heard. Doggy is the best part. Oh, hi doggy. Okay. I got the test back. I definitely have breast cancer. Alright, let's move on. Like, I think it is a fascinating movie in terms of, like, what the director thought he was making versus the product we ended up with. And in that sense, it's revealing in a lot of ways. But I don't know, there's probably a lot of bad movies out there made by people who are not jerks. Because the fun of a real bad movie is not, oh, it's a bad movie, haha. What makes a bad movie good is that it's very clear that the person who was making this movie was trying to make a good movie, and they failed. They just really failed. Because when like people try and be like, oh, we're making a bad movie on purpose kind of thing, you can tell that they're doing it on purpose, and then it's not fun. What makes it fun is that somebody failed, and it's fascinating to see the ways in which they did fail. It's like kind of humbling. Yeah, exactly. There's entertainment in that. Honestly, the worst thing a movie, or honestly any art. Yeah, guess who this is? You should know who this is. You should know this person. Honestly, not sure if they're gonna get eaten or not either. I'm sure somebody can guess who this is. Nobody knows? Also, it's not a woman. Not a lady in this case. Fill in a little bit. It's Frogget, aka it's Shay. That's alright. Basically, he or they, but no she, pretty much. Yeah, it's Frogget, therefore it's Shay. There's a bird outside. Tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweeting away. No, this is not the Flower Shop Luke's. Because the Flower Shop Luke's has one eye. This is, Ice Cap. And he's got his big cap. It's Ice Cap. See if you can guess who this is. 'Cause this is somebody in particular, too. Pretty much almost everybody, if they're not Empire soldiers, they're somebody in particular. Yep. Maybe he helps out with ice. I don't know, but he just has the ice cap, so it's just Cap. He's got a cap. Look, there's his cap. It's really big. Have you not noticed his hat? Notice my hat, please. Yes, this is Brady. Correct. This is Brady. It feels like Brady and Caddy are going to have more to do in the next chapters too, because they're in the Goner Maker thing. Guess who this is? I'm sure you know. Do you think we're best friends in every universe? They just have to become best friends. They must become bestie. They went to the beach together and they both brought their ukuleles to play along. You can't avoid being in harmony. This day's about to get worse. Might have to stop soon for a quick little stretch break. Horse is like, I don't care. Horsey! There's the universe, and well, I was gonna say Deltaman would be the universe for Jerry, but no, it's not Jerry. It's Terry, the cooler one, not Jerry. Okay, thank you as always for coming. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop for my stretch right now, because then I can do just a little bit more, and I'll probably stop the stream around noon for me. Okay, but first stretch. Got pretty far today in terms of finishing all of the clean lines for characters, and we're starting in on some bases. Yeah, we got Barry and Larry, Mary, Carrie, Harry, let's see what else. Merry Christmas. Christmas came early. Dun dun dun. Chris, you will be a holiday whether you want to or not. Dun dun. What if they adopted Chris on Christmas and that's why they named him Chris? Oh. Merry Christmas, Asriel. We got you a human sibling. I wanted a bike, but okay. Ooh. Come on, scratchies. Only Lancer gets bike. Oh, because Flowey wanted a bike. A red bike with a basket. And a bow. It would be stupid if somebody got me a bike. A red bike. Like, oh, you are just a child. You sad, sassy child. Lancer gets Flowey a bike because he's like, I already have one. Now we have buddy bikes. Sure, mister, I can't feel anything. I saw cute art where Chris got him his bike. He's like, no. Immediately hops in. Oh yeah, he can very clearly feel emotions. But being caught in a self-perpetuating time loop is gonna kind of screw with your brain. And your soul, probably. In deeply messed up ways. Alright, be right back for more stretch and water. We need water. Alrighty, I return. I'm gonna do a little bit more, basically until about noon. Then I'm gonna stop. Maybe if he knows what bikes are, he knows them as like Excite Bike 93 or whatever, whenever that game came out. Where you have motorcycles. Bartley, what are you talking about? Yep, if he knows what a non-video game thing is, because it was in a video game. So he just thinks they're from video games. Do sick tricks. Like, have you heard of the mystical Tony Hawk, the pro skater? They make you homesick. They give you nightmares. But we'll see what happens when Chris gets to their home with Susie. I think that'll be in Grief. I'm gonna look up what part that is because I can't remember. Again, we're on part 2 right now, and that's not until part 8. Okay, that's a little ways off. Because mostly the whole stuff with the holidays gets dealt with first. Always feels good to have a little bit of progress on the ending, though. You know, so much of it is looming large, but little by little by little, we're getting through it. It's going to be a lot of work for a long time. That's going to be a blitz when it all comes out, like, in a row. So watch out for that in I don't know, 2027 or something. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to finish this. I can only go at the pace I can go at. Well, maybe 2026 if I'm lucky. Thank you. You'll be seeing a lot more of that soon because I am almost done with the part that she's in that I'm working on. And if all goes well, nothing else gets in the way, I believe the next Eldritchrune part should be out this week. Probably later in the week. But it should be out this week. I'm getting pretty close to finishing. At least all the hardest stuff is about done. We're on to Easy Street. Which is nice, because I'm ready for a new part to come out too. Definitely not as difficult to work on as the Jevil boss battle. This is a shorter one, mostly conversation. But you know, those are also important to have along with action. And then the next one I'll tackle after that scene with Alphys and Undyne will be another action scene. Not a boss battle, but a mini boss battle. And I'm hoping by the time I'm done with that one, chapters 3 and 4 will come out, so I can draw from that as well. Oh, guess who this is? Guess who? Guess who? I mean, you can write whatever you want. I don't mind. It's all good. Don't limit yourself. Certainly not on my account. I'm going to try and not talk too much the rest of this day, because, unfortunately, it seems like this was putting a strain on my voice, and I am not happy about that, body. Why are you doing this? I'm not sick. You're just being annoying. You're just being a pain in the butt. Tenchi Muyo, that's a blast from the past. One of those things that was popular in like the 90s, early 2000s. I have a friend who is super into Tenchi Muyo as well. Little bit, they're like, it kind of didn't age well, but, you know, that's alright. Some things age well and some things do not. Doesn't mean we can't like them. Just depends on yourself. I think I'm going to sneeze here soon, though. Ugh. Excuse me. Make fun of my terrible sneezes. Thank you. Yay, we already have bases done. Yes. Let's go on to page 2. Guess who it is? That's not what I want. It's our favorite Azzy. I'm surveying my domain. I hope nothing comes to get me in my domain. It's my domain. You share the sketches. Maybe something. Like, oh no, my domain. Ah. That was a terrible math joke. That's probably why I didn't get it, because I'm bad at math. Or like, I would give anything to just have Chris show up on my doorstep. Be careful what you wish for. Yeah, I don't know if an apology is gonna cut it. It'd have to be the world's best apology. Gonna have to break out the ukulele for this one. It's so bad. Good luck writing that. Exactly. And good luck explaining it with giant dragon breathing down your neck. Puppy! It's the annoying dog. He's here to be annoying. That's his job. That's okay, that's why we love him. I wonder if I'll ever get to, like, a comic where we actually have these two meet. Because I haven't decided how they meet yet. Certainly after Asriel leaves home. I'm not certain on the conditions of it. Mm-hmm. I know I need to have at least one other scene of Asriel doing some investigative stuff, because that'll get us some good exposition. Sometimes necessary. Sorry, Azzy, you're here for the expositing. We'll make it cool expositing. So I'm sure that there are some future things that'll be happening in the ending that need a little bit of background for, and Azzy's going to be the one who knows them. I have not read Ray Earth. I'm aware of it, but haven't read it. But I do know of its existence. Very least, annoying dog is useful for Asriel to talk to a bunch. Because otherwise he's mostly by himself. And that's not fun. I think I may need to have an Asriel and Knight encounter in the future, honestly. The Knight is a force here, just honestly going to be very separate from whatever happens in canon. Already separate from who I think the Knight is in canon. Mm-hmm. In this case, just antagonist, but probably not in the same way of being canon. Very unlikely. Question mark? I am a pupper. I am a good boy, maybe. A city boy. Let's hope so. Toby, please. Give us a newsletter, please. Oh, that's up there. Newsletter, please. I'm on my knees for a newsletter, please. Twisting in the breeze. I don't know what else can rhyme with that, please. Please, knees, breeze. Cheese, sneeze. There's probably some people who actually think that legitimately, and to that I'd be like, no, I'm sorry. Please have any kind of an understanding of how production works, please. I'm pretty certain the actual story and like major plot beats were written down years ago at this point. And with some, I'm sure there'll be edits and some for like some exceptions, but to like respond to people guessing it, nah. My guess is because there have been so many guesses, there's somebody who's guessed some things correctly, or at least mostly correctly. It's just kind of inevitable. Or Azzy, he is not having a good time already. Mostly because he's kind of like, I think I figured out that my parents just ritually sacrificed my younger sibling, and that's bad. That's not good. Well, I usually go in. I might stop once we finish this page off, just because. Good place to stop. Got a good amount done. More than I was expecting, honestly. I thought we'd only be able to get through clean lines today, but we've zoomed right through those faster than I anticipated. The secrets. He knows our secrets. We need some kind of hint of Azzy coming home. He's gonna call us on that land loan fine. Or land loan fine. What does that mean? Landline phone. I can't talk. Land loan fine. Good grief. He's gonna call us on the phone at the end of chapter 3. But only Toriel's gonna be able to talk to him, and we're not, and it's gonna drive me nuts. That's my prediction. Well, one of my many predictions. Here's that land loan going fine. Ugh. Don't be like me and mess up words. You'll never hear the end of it. Land loan. Yeah, that's my prediction. My small one. One of my many small predictions. At the end of chapter 3, when we're done with the adventure, as we're going to give a call on the phone, and Toriel's going to talk to him about stuff, but we're not going to get to talk to him, and it will drive us nuts. So we have that reminder hanging over our heads. Okay, almost there. We zoomed through this page. Actually, I kind of wonder how much is the next one. Honestly, not that much on the next one either. It's pretty bare of people. It's pretty bare. Maybe we can leave a little bit in there. Also, I like the song. I wish more people did remixes of Mysterious Place. There's hardly any. Hardly any at all. Mm-hmm. Well, here's Azzy. He's coming along. Alright, we'll poke a little bit more. Just a tiny bit more at the next page. We won't finish it, but we can make a little bit of progress. Yeah, despite my voice in my throat being kind of in the pits today, I'm pretty well in terms of progress. Got 4 pages cleaned up for characters and 2 for fills. That's nothing to sneeze at. I do wish my throat was feeling better. I feel like I have had some kind of problem with my throat on and off, like, since the start of the year. It's like never bad enough to be an actual sickness. Just kind of this lingering throat and cough problem that's just kind of always hanging around. And I'm not fond of that. Also, can you guess who this character is? Guess who? Yes, you are correct. It is an ice cream salesman. Correct. Oh, that always makes me happy when people can guess correctly, because I'm like, yay! That means I did the design thing proper. Oh, I'll show him again in just a sec. He's just got that big curly Q in his hair. Curly thing. Hair curl. Here's the cow again. The cow says, "Move me out of this scene." Yeah, it's this guy. Let's do him real quick and then we'll call it quits for the day, I think. I'll have to finish the fills on this page later. That's okay. Yeah, thanks a bunch for coming. Again, sorry I'm a little bit on the blast side. It was my throat. Again, I don't feel sick. It just feels hard to talk with it. So, been a little quieter and drinking a lot of water. Thank you. I'm glad this is looking good. Again, if everything goes well, if I am lucky, and I have the time to get things finished that I wanted, we should have the next Eldritchrune comic up this week. Probably towards the end of the week, rather than like either middle or towards the end. But I am getting closer on that. So look out for that in the future. Whoop. Like, oh, things are going badly here. Alright. Stretch a little bit. And water a bit. But yes, I'm always glad to do this on stream, and probably, as far as I know, I should be able to do more of this next weekend, and next weekend it will probably be more Eldritchrune ending work. And I'll go ahead and ask now, because there's a couple of things I can do next weekend. I could work more on fills for this part, or I could work on character cleans for part 3, or I could work on background cleans for part 4. Which one would you guys want to see? What would be most interesting to you? Because those are my possibilities in terms of like, okay, that's something I can make progress on stream. Character cleans part 3. It's often my favorite stuff too. Okay, so next time will probably be character cleans part 3. So I at least have character roughs for part 3 done, which is nice. But I gotta start on background cleans and character roughs for part 4, and background roughs for part 5 too. Progress. But yes, as I stretch, thank you guys so much for coming. I hope the rest of your day is good and relaxing and all that other good stuff. There should also be more Okami on Friday, so look out for that as well if you're going to do that. But if not, probably more art next week as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming to the stream. Again, sorry about my voice. I appreciate you all being here regardless, and because you all are super cool. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Alrighty. Not good night, but see you later.